So moving on from that, so now once you understand your customer journey is when you get to the first phase of planning your digital transformation roadmap, and that's gap analysis. So we kind of have four categories in which you can do your gap analysis, but this is the first step. So first, once you understand your entire journey of your customer, this is where you focus on. So looking at the efficiency and customer servicing angle, what are the gaps there? Looking at growth and sales obstacles, looking at market and competition. So this is an outward facing approach. And then again, inward, where you look at your teams, leadership, people, all of that. So efficiency and customer servicing, what all can you consider out here, right? So looking at your ability to hire, looking at your ability to train, looking at your how well do you attract talent. That's the first thing that you have to consider, because like Vinayak was saying, the first thing is to change everyone's mindset, and it takes time. You would also need people who come from that background, who understand digital or understand the gap, or you want to hire people, or you want to ensure that those people are there in the organization before you get started, because you'll try to adopt any technology or do any transformation of a process. As long as the people, if you don't have the right people in the team, it's never going to be successful. So first gap analysis is, do you have that kind of team? Can you hire that kind of team? Second is looking at your profitability and the servicing costs. So is there anything that you want to do to transform that? One of the main areas of transformation is going to be to automate. So do you have a good project management system? Do you have a task management system? When you look at the QA processes that you have, whether it's manufacturing or whether it's servicing or technology that you're developing, do you have a very strong QA process where you can kick in any automation to ensure that your servicing costs can be improved or your quality of service can be improved? Next is the technology and tool gap. So are you really aiding your collaboration between teams? Are you aiding or do you have software and tools within the organization that kind of help you service customers better? So whether it's knowing what your customers want, knowing what customers are raising as problem areas or concerns or tickets with you, whether it's e-com, if it's e-com, then if you look at the delivery and shipping angle of it. So do you have tools and measurement angles for it? This is an example. Or if you look at services industry, if you are, do you have a project management that is customized for your liking? So for our example, we had when we were working with marketing as a marketing company, we tried a lot of tools available out there in the market, which were simple tools like a Todoist or a ClickUp or an Asana for project management. From there, we also went up to a Microsoft project management, but we truly found that it didn't cover or didn't help us from a marketing perspective angle. We really wanted something that kind of had an input-output document format which was built for the marketing. So if I have to move a job from, for say, developing a website, I needed 5 teams, 20 different kinds of tasks, right from planning the sitemap to looking at the content that needs to be written, the SEO content that needs to be written, someone to be planning the technology to be used like a WordPress or something. So the different tasks, and there was no software, or we were losing a lot of time in planning all of this or collaborating between teams. So that kind of gap analysis of is the current process and the tools efficiently working or aiding your teams to kind of work in a collaborative environment? That is something that you should start looking at. And then finally, servicing customers. So talk to customers, ask them, or look at, you can do NPS surveys, understand where your pain areas are, or look through your email or ticket chains and understand what concerns are being continuously raised by customers, or what is something that has been like a repetitive task or expectation from customers which can be automated. Again, something that we see in on our side is a lot of reporting requirements when it comes to a marketing company. Customers expect that reports are generated in real time or shown to them with more analysis and with more insights from our team. So kind of automating that would have ensured a lot of efficiencies that we could drive from the services angle. So understanding this overall approach and where there are gaps is the first thing that you can take up from the customer servicing angle. The next is growth and sales. So again, once you're done with servicing, you move to sales, look at sales efficiencies. Do you have a CRM in place? Are there any gaps in the CRM? How are you acquiring your customers? Have you covered overall the digital space? have you covered the different geos or metros that you want to cover, or overall the reach is that good enough for you when you look at your sales and advertising? So any gap analysis that you can do on that front. The third one again, which again impacts directly from a strategy angle, is your market and competition. So looking outward, the first two and the last one is when you focus towards your digital transformation internally. But if your product or services are not like a right fit for your customers, or there is something better out there in the market which is doing better, or has more features, or has something better than what you have to offer, that is something that you should again look at from a gap analysis, which is something that we can cover under the digital transformation journey. So gap analysis in terms of products and services being sold by your competition, understanding your competition, how are they positioning, what are their channels of sales, what are their channels of advertising, again something that you should consider. And probably if you have done your market research, that's well and good, but any gaps that you find in your market research, or if you have not done it over a longer period of time, do primary and secondary research again. That's something that you should have handy before you start with your digital transformation planning. Last again, but very important, is people and leadership. So clear skill gaps to go from one point to other that you want to look at. Digital knowledge of your leadership team, especially because they are going to be the mentors, or going to be the people who are going to drive your entire digital transformation and going to mentor the junior members out there. And like Vinayak was saying, does the team have a buy-in in your digital transformation? Have they agreed to this digital transformation? What are their pain areas? What is it that they fear about the entire transformation journey? Is something that you look at. So once you have this conversations with the team, do your market research, look at your servicing and sales and advertising gaps, you'll have like a list of things that you can put down, saying these are pain areas, and you'll also of course understand from this what is going to have what kind of impact. So what is a low hanging fruit that you can directly start catering to, which is something that might take time but is going to have the maximum impact. And all of this is something that we have to consider to kind of put budgets and look at different systems and tools that can be put to plug these gaps. So, but starting point is gap analysis.